Should you buy or should you wait? That's the question. Stay tuned. I'm going to have some great information to help you make the right decision. Hi, I'm Colette Thiel, owner-broker of Thiel Real Estate and Property Management. Today, I'm talking with Jenni Sherman with Cross Country Mortgage, and we're going to discuss, is it time to wait or is it time to buy? We've had a few buyers that have decided that they're going to go back up on the fence and pause their home purchasing process or looking for homes. And, in my 18 years of experience, I think that possibly they're making a mistake. What do you have to say about those buyers that are putting a pause on their home buying process, not just for qualification purposes? They can qualify just because the payment's going to be a little higher right now.
That's such a great question. I was meeting with a couple last night and we talked about this. I think that's a very common question right now, especially because the prices keep going up and they're like, well, maybe I'll wait. And what I was explaining, and many times people are even saying, like in this particular client's case, they wanted to save more. They're like, well, maybe we'll just wait and save more and then we'll jump back in 6 months or a year. But the problem with the savings and waiting and to save while the prices are going up faster than you're able to save. They're anticipating prices will continue to probably go up at a 6% pace. You can't save your funds and gain unless you maybe win the lottery or come into an inheritance. And certainly if someone has a situation like that, that might make sense. But for the average person that's just saving, it doesn't make sense to wait because they're just falling further behind. And we're not seeing from all of our indications that prices are going to go down. So sometimes it might be better to just readjust what you think you want to buy. Maybe you're not going to get that dream home, or maybe you're going to need to set your sights a little lower, because if you at least get into a property, you can keep gaining that wealth. Because one statistic that is really mind-boggling, because a lot of times people don't understand that if you were to, for instance, invest $10,000 into a purchase, and let's just say, for instance, and I'm just trying to make it simple here, but let's say you put $10,000 into a $400,000 property, and that gains 6% wealth in a year, a 6% appreciation. You are making 6% appreciation on the full 400,000, and you've only invested that 10%. So that's why you can't catch up, because you're gaining that wealth on the full purchase price, and the bank is giving the loan for the remainder, but you're gaining that appreciation for the full amount.
Right.
And that's why you can't catch up.
That makes sense. And it's when you put it in those terms, I think it will help buyers that are out there think about, maybe I should come back off the fence again and jump into the market, because we all know the wealthiest people in the world are people that invest in real estate, whether it's an investment property or a home that they plan to live in. It's better to get in and start acquiring your own wealth and appreciation of the property instead of paying somebody else's mortgage, right? Via rent.
Exactly. So back to that, your 6% becomes 60%. So unless you can find an investment that pays 60%.
Yeah, I wished.
I wish too.
Yeah.
That's why you can't catch up. And you're absolutely right. That's how we build wealth here, is with real estate. And
exactly.
You're better off getting in, and maybe we're expecting possibly rates may come down if we see a recession. We're anticipating maybe in a year we might see another dip in rates. So those people that got in couldn't refinance and get a lower rate at that time.
Right. I remember we bought our first house. I think we were at 10%. but obviously our price point was a little bit different 29 years ago than it is today.
Yes.
So it is a challenge for those first-time home buyers. But I think if they've been diligent and making sure they're saving and they have good credit scores, which everybody needs to remember, your interest rate is based on your credit score, right?
Absolutely.
For the most part.
Great point. Yes.
Yeah.
Your work on your credit score. And we will probably start seeing more programs coming out, like maybe 7-year fixed rate ARMs, where it's a little bit lower than a 30-year fixed. So
Right.
Someone that might not be wanting to stay in their house for a long term might prefer to save a little bit there. So that's an option. And again, another thing that many people don't realize with mortgage insurance, sometimes I've had this question come up a lot. Maybe I can save longer and have 20% to put down instead of only putting maybe 10% down so that I don't have to pay that mortgage insurance. If you have good credit, that mortgage insurance really isn't that much. And you're, again, better off getting in and getting rid of the mortgage insurance 2 years down the road, because you can request it to be taken off after 2 years if your property value is there, or by refinancing if the value has gone up and you can get rid of that mortgage insurance.
Yeah, that's interesting because, as you know, you helped us buy our house in Northern California when we were expanding our company. Mm-hmm. And I think we still have MI, but I know we've had great appreciation in the almost 3 years. So you brought up a good point. So I think we'll reach out to Cross Country Mortgage, who is our lender, and see if there's a chance we could. And our MI is very inexpensive. I think it was like $80 a month. So in the big picture, we were able to keep that other 10% of that would have been a 20% down payment on, a $600,000 house. We kept that $60,000 in the bank by paying $80 a month in MI. And it made more sense for us to do it that way.
Absolutely. And
thanks to your guidance.
And it gave you more money to work with to maybe invest in other properties. So.
Yep, which is what we did. Thank you so much, Jenni, because you are always a wealth of information. And it's hard to get it all out to people where they really can stop and think about all the things that you mentioned about accruing their own wealth, the cost of waiting, what happens if you wait and interest rates go up. And the most important thing I took out of this is that the best thing anybody can do is go through underwriting, because then we know where they're at. And if interest rates bump, you need to reach back out to your lender to make sure that you qualify. If you need any real estate needs, give me a call.
If you need a new mortgage or a refinance, give Jenni Sherman a call with Cross Country Mortgage.
Well, with that, I'm going to say thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to seeing you real soon.
Okay, talk to you later.